This program is co-sponsored by
Sahara Q Shop ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಹಕ್ಕು.
A case of murder came to light in JP Nagar on the 14th of May 2014, where an aged woman was brutally hacked to death. Who was this woman? How did she meet such a gory end? Here are all the shocking details.
This is Sri Balaji Nilaya, the house of an aged couple which is situated at the first phase, 6th Main Road in JP Nagar. It was outside this house that a huge crowd had gathered on the evening of May 14. Wondering why, a woman had been murdered in this very house on that fateful evening. The deceased 54-year-old Gayatri was home alone when the incident took place. The accused gained entry through the main door of the house and hacked Gayatri to death. Her throat was slit and she was also stabbed. Gayatri had been living in this house for many years with her husband Jayaprakash. Though the couple had been married for over 25 years, they could not live without seeing each other even for a minute. On that fateful evening, it was the final separation for this aged couple. The couple owned a medical shop in the area and ran it together. They would go to the shop together every morning and return home together for lunch. They would have their afternoon nap together and then go back to the shop in the evening. On that fateful day, the couple went to the shop in the morning like every other day. They also returned together in the afternoon for lunch. It was post-lunch that Gayatri started to feel a little uneasy and decided to stay back at home and take some rest. Jayaprakash headed to the medical shop half-heartedly. Though he wanted to stay back and take care of his beloved wife, Gayatri insisted that Jayaprakash went back to the shop because she did not want their business for the day to be ruined. Jayaprakash went to the medical shop at around 6:30 p.m. But by the time it was 8:30, he could not stay away from Gayatri anymore. He chose to call her and inquire about her health. To his surprise, Gayatri didn't answer the phone, though he called her repeatedly. Jayaprakash went into panic mode and he immediately called his neighbor Pawan, asking him to check on his wife. When Pawan went to the couple's doorstep, he was in for a shocker. The door was not latched. When he pushed the door open, Gayatri was lying in a pool of blood in the living room.
ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅನ್ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡು. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲೇ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸವಾಗಿರೋದು. ಇವರು ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋರು, ಅದಲ್ಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ನೇಬರ್ ಕೂಡ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರು ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗು ಅವರು ಸಹಜ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದಂತೆ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಎದ್ದು ಅವರು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಶಾಪ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರು. ಬಂದು ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗು ಈ ಥರ ಅನ್ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂಥರ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ?
ಅವರು ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈಫ್ ಇಬ್ಬರೇ.
ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
ಅವರು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಜರಂಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ JP ನಗರ್.
As soon as Pavan saw Gayatri lying dead, he called Jayaprakash and informed him that his wife was no more. He also informed the cops about the incident. Jayaprakash rushed back home and the cops arrived at the spot in no time as well. As soon as the cops arrived, they started investigating the case. The forensic experts were also called to the spot to hunt for any clues left behind by the accused. Surprisingly, no valuables had been stolen from the house. The cops concluded that it was not a murder for gain.
Today at between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. one lady by name Gayatri, wife of Jay Prakash, resident of JP Nagar, Sarakhi first place JP Nagar. She was murdered by unknown accused persons by gained entry into their house. And actually at that time she was alone. Her husband was away from that house, and the unknown persons gained entry into the house, and I think she was stabbed and she was murdered by unknown accused persons. The reason was not known. Actually, that almirah and everything is intact. Nothing was disturbed in the house. But it is murder case has been registered in JP Nagar police station, and we are investigating that case.
According to what Jayaprakash claimed, Gayatri never opened the door to any stranger when she was home alone. There were no signs of forced entry either. Who then was this person? Was it someone known to Gayatri who had come to the house that night? Sources close to the police claim that the investigations are making a fast progress. The investigations are being taken ahead on the lines of a relative having murdered Gayatri. It is alleged that a family dispute might have been the reason behind the murder. On the fateful evening itself, the cops interrogated all the relatives who had arrived at the house, one by one. They wanted to be certain that no relative is allowed to walk out free from the house. After all, they doubted one of them to be the murderer. After interrogating all the family members at the house of the deceased and collecting all the required clues about the accused, the body was sent to St. John's Hospital for an autopsy, reports of which are still awaited. All said and done, this case of murder has left every resident of the area shocked beyond belief. Nobody ever expected Gayatri to be killed in such a brutal fashion because she was one of the friendliest women in the neighborhood. Now that a life has been claimed already, there's nothing much one can do about it. But will the case ever be solved? Will the accused ever be arrested? Will Gayatri ever get justice? Will Jayaprakash ever breathe a sigh of relief? Only time will tell. Nagendra Babu and Vishnu Prasad for News 9.